Okay, my friends, it's time to find out what NASA does know about the Earth and space and Mars. I say that's a giant fish in the desert in Morocco area, and that is the giant dragon. It runs all across the top of North Africa, and this is the giant dragon's head and throat with the dragon scaled throat running down here. Now, I have done the autopsy on this dead, decaying dragon in the desert, and it is enormous, and it is exactly as described in ancient texts. Now, I have also done extensive research on what has been presented about Mars and the molecules that are there, and Comet 67P, and all of the stuff coming through space. And I understand it intimately, and I want to engage with NASA to see what they do understand, and they will not engage. I emailed all of the people on their main page, and no one has responded whatsoever. Now, if they can't understand what they see here on Earth, and the things that I have pointed out that I understand, and they have no clue about, how are they ever going to understand what Mars is about? This is what upsets me, is that there is no engagement of reality. Now, there's supposed to be a live event happening tomorrow. Hold on a second. Okay, so my friends, here's what you can do. Tomorrow, it was going to be the 17th of June, 2020. NASA's going to hold a Mars 2020 Perseverance rover launch briefing. So, they are going to allow us to ask questions. The NASA leadership and a panel of scientists, engineers will preview NASA's next mission on at a media briefing, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Wednesday, June 17th, that's tomorrow. So I want you to be there, and I want you to ask them to address this video. Right? This is the live briefing. We'll stream on Facebook, Ustream, YouTube, Twitter, NASA television, and the agency's website. They are going to allow us to ask questions, and these are the questions I want to ask. Why won't you confront what appears to be reality? Then we can discuss it. And I'll show you the other reality I'm talking about. Okay, I showed you the sarcomere cuts and all that, and the muscle tissue and the eroded blood and the artery and the vein up on Mars. That's the Mars crab. Okay, I've done my research. It's time for them to do theirs. Now, I show all the sarcomeres, and I've shown all the anatomy that proves what I'm saying. And I have done... Don't forget, my evidence includes giant human beings, DNA certified, CAT scan, anatomist verified, and I have them in copious quantities. We have new species called no-toes that are like this right here, and then... Now, this is 100% valid and should be at least looked at, not avoided, not dismissed. And this is 8.5 years now, and I've had this DNA certification of my giant humans 5 years ago. Presented it to Yale, Harvard, every single university that I could present it to, every single PhD. Not one single person of that status has responded. Zero. I've sent this to NASA. I've sent this to all of the agencies that are, you expect, and they claim to be in search of scientific knowledge. And I see it's just the opposite. Totally opposite. So we need to present this to NASA and say, you are doing research for us. We are paying you people to do this research for us. Please see what is in front of your eyes, and then maybe the research can work out for reality. But right now, it's just like you're walking in the woods, just whistling into the woods, hoping that the wolf doesn't come and bite you, because you just have no idea where even you are. Just like lost. Okay, I put this up a week or so ago, and this is the questions I want to ask NASA. And really, the only people that responded here are flat earthers that deny that the space station exists. They're the same exact mind as the academics and NASA people. They deny reality if they don't want to see it. An identical mind, no difference whatsoever. And this is the Mars. Well, let me just show you real quick because I want to make my point, and I want this to handled today or tomorrow. Now, these are the exact same thing they have on Mars. They call them the Mars blueberries. I don't know if I show them here, but these are what they are, is interstitium balls. And everything erodes down. Everything's biology. I don't care. You saw the giants, you saw the dragons, you saw the fish. This is huge stuff, and we have active sites that we are investigating right now that have things of these magnitudes. You can do jumping jacks inside of their veins. The holes that go through membranes in the things that Tyson and Scott out in Oregon are investigating, the holes that go through membranes, you could fit an elephant through. The membrane thickness of these membranes, and this is in a bilipid membrane, you have a layer here, and then you have a layer down here, and then you have all this same sort of stuff. Well, actually you have these little filaments going down, but that you have a layer here and a layer here. And in Tyson's area, and where Scott and Tyson are, it's 6 feet thick. 6 feet thick. Tyson said they looked it up, and it says nanometers in us. Now, those balls erode away after this all erodes the fleshy stuff, and you end up with this right here. And this is the mud, which is the fleshy stuff that's run away. These are the balls, which were the anchors, and this is the lower basement layer of skin. Of the, I believe this was skin because I'm sure it was. Now, as you come out here, we saw the Mars crab, but I'm going to show it again. And these are the sarcomere cuts. You see these cuts? You see those? They're not just accidental cuts in there. Why would they be there? Well, I can tell you why they're there. And then, of course, you've got the walls in Peru, which were made out of decaying body parts. You see that? They cut those slabs out of there. They took those slabs and they built the walls out of them. And they did this when these body parts were wet. This was a giant flood on the earth. A lot of the stuff that was written in ancient texts is correct. This is the rub. They cannot handle the fact that the things that were written about were true. And here's what they did. And but there was people with high-tech vehicles here. Obviously, you can see that, a tank-treaded vehicle. And that thing cut this, and they built these walls in the back. So it's time to address reality. And then here's another four-wheel drive vehicle tire, and that's another tendon. And all this stuff, and all my stuff came off the surface of the earth. And then I have all stuff from space, and here's the Morse crab. There's the interstitium balls, and here's Morse code, Mars Morse code. You see this here? What this is gathered skin and stretched skin. And then it's eroded. The balls stay because they're the tough part, as you saw. The other is the collagen stuff. Now, a lot of stuff has been denied, and we can accelerate light. Created new particles. There are all kinds of things that need to be talked about, and I have them right sitting here in front of me, and I would love, and of course here's the new bosons. You see these little black spots? Those are that boson they've been looking for. We've been presenting, Rod Warren and I did this research years ago, and this is the fermion part, and that's the boson walking away. And when it started, it came through like this, a box of particles, and then they create this. So much to discuss. Now, please come to this event. Okay, my friends, so it's NASA and it's Mars Exploration Program, and it's the Perseverance mission, and this is where it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the 17th of June, which is tomorrow. Live briefing, Facebook, Ustream, YouTube, Twitter. Please come up and say something. We have to say something. My voice has been absolutely crushed, and that is going to happen in every avenue that I try to present. It seems that they have got my number and they've embedded it in the stay away from us category. So, you know, it's up to you. And I want this handled. This is just, it's insanity to walk around pretending things don't exist when they do. It's just, the space station is there, you flat Earth people, and the things that I'm showing on Earth are there, you Mars people. All right, thank you.